What's up guys, in today's reaction video we're going to be doing a little bit of a twist on the normal reaction videos I do. Normally I do music producer react videos where I react to songs which have just been released, but today I wanted to try and take a step back from doing that and react to something that's maybe relevant to any of you, anyone aspiring to be a music artist. Now, a lot of people who are aspiring to be music artists, you might think that you have to have a certain talent at a certain age ready, or you have to just have that musical talent to be able to make as an artist. Well, that's not the case, and I wanted to try and prove that in today's video because we're going to react to someone who has made a great success of themselves, probably one of the biggest successes of the 21st century, and that is Ed Sheeran. Now, the reason why I wanted to pick him out for this reaction video is we're going to react to some of his older bits of content or music before he was actually famous, to try and prove the point that, you know, like, he clearly, like, he wasn't as good as he is now, but also the development he's done for himself and how hard he's worked to get where he was, and how he wasn't actually born so much with the talent, but he had the desire enough and the hard work to make it the success he is now. So again, let's listen to and watch a couple of his videos and old songs and just react to it. So yeah, this is gonna be a fun video, so let's get into it. Okay, so this first video is for him as 13 years old, trying to audition for Britannia High. Now, this video I found is off of the Ugly Bug Balls YouTube channel, so shout out to him as I'm reacting to a video on his channel.
We're looking for triple threats. They've got to be able to sing, they've got to be able to dance, they've got to be able to act, and they've got to sort of burn through the screen. They've got to be stars.
After a nationwide search of top-performing art schools, just 140 were selected to audition for Arlene, David and Chris.
Oh, there he is.
His voice
he's got that travel guitar.
Is all about.
That is old school.
Wanting, you know, Darcy Bustle to walk in the room as quickly as possible.
Okay, music.
I mean, until thinking out loud music video, I never thought he would have been a dancer.
So eventually we're going to have to find some people that dance.
Wow.
Because they can't all not dance.
And so it was decision time. Over 140 of the best young talent from across the country had been seen over 5 days of auditions.
This must have been
but only
ages
40 young
ago.
people were considered talented enough to have the potential to be in Britannia High.
The people that we'd like to
youngies?
see again for a recall are...
Still got the ginger hair though. Very ginger.
Zizi, Dawn Sivright, Georgina Hagan,
No, I think I
and
know how this
Georgia.
is going to go for him.
Ed Sheeran.
Oh yes,
Sophie
it's in.
Powles,
He's through to the next round.
Sean-
How many of you have danced before?
So this is basically just
Some
him
had little
dancing.
to no dance experience at all.
Oh,
it was
God.
up to Arlene to see who had the potential to learn routines. They featured difficult choreography. Some were clearly going to struggle.
Ed hasn't a clue what he's doing, but he's trying.
I'm just trying to really get it in my head. I think I messed up as well. I got kicked in the face by accident.
But performers like Ed couldn't be ignored, because what he lacked in
Alright, here
dance
we go.
ability, he more than made up for in his musical talents.
He's great. He's quirky.
And I don't care if you're lost, is in our hearts, we both know that.
His voice is classic rock singing.
Absolutely. I'd be interested to see what the acting guys have got to say, though.
Acting and dancing, who knows?
But he's 16, he's the real thing.
He's 16.
You know.
I'll be signing him.
16
anyway.
years old, there you go. Okay, this next video is him singing at 16 years of age, and he's still got that same guitar from Britannia High, so I imagine this was probably around the same time. Let's have a listen to what his voice is like.
I fell out of love with her.
His voice isn't actually too bad.
Straight back in.
Very much like his Loose Change album sort of voice.
Times
A little
like this
spoken word.
don't come round here.
That guitar sounds awful,
Chances
though,
are
that has to be
slim.
said. I'm glad that he upped his guitar and performance game.
But eventually you'll be mine. I lost all my sympathy.
I'm not sure about his hair though. Can we just talk about that for a second? Looks like
when
he's been
she belonged
electrocuted.
to him.
I can't say my hair's much better. It's not.
Now
So.
I will feel the soft touch of her lips again. The chances are slim.
You can really tell that he's even at the age of 16, he's starting to hone in on his sort of like style of performance and singing, which is really great to see, and it shows that I definitely think from the age of 16 onwards, that's when you really start to develop. You start to like you know, you start to get through them teenage years, and like your voice starts to mature, and your music taste starts to mature as well. And you really start to learn what you're passionate about. So it's very interesting at the age of 16 that he's performing very similarly to how he would be when he was doing all his chain stuff and when he first started gigging. So this is a really good watch, this video. Okay, so this last video I'm going to react to is actually one I've seen before. It's one of my favourite videos of Ed before he was kind of famous, and this is a really good point in his progression as a music artist, because this is performing live. You can see him with the loop pedal. This is before he's properly made it. He's busking or doing this gig in St Pancras, and this is a really cool watch. And again, this is sort of like Ed, who's probably been developing before he's been signed, but he's a finished article. Like, this is the Ed that would go on to get picked up and get signed to a label. So let's just enjoy this.
The hell's just there a stage in St Pancras? I think that'd be quite fun.
It's just amazing to see his mindset as well at his age. Like, it's very mature thinking.
To which I go, and I'm going there.
Again, this is before he fucking made it, but
I'm going there.
like, this is Ed now.
No more wrong, and I'm only going over Jordan. And I'm only
I mean, look, people know that this is like something that's unique because everyone's like standing around watching. I know it's train station, don't always have better things to do, but I'm telling you, the amount of times I go through train stations and gigs like this happen,
and irritated
not many people are actually
in
watching.
a busy station.
You still have to draw the crowd in.
It's good to get some good quality music while you're waiting.
My music doesn't really hit everyone, otherwise I'd be a very lucky man.
Such a modest guy.
It should hit some people today, hopefully. If there are some fans of folk music and some fans of rap music and some fans of soul music who are there, they might dig it.
See, that's what's really interesting, and I want to point out, like, again, he's at that age now where, what is he, like, he's probably between 18 and 20 years old there. He's just listed like all the genres he's influenced by. You can tell he knows exactly what sound he's going for. He knows what his influences are, and that's one of the key things when you're an artist trying to make it in industry, or like you're trying to develop at a young age, trying to find what your sound is and sort of like what your niche is, and like, again, develop as an artist. Like, you need to know these things and work it out for yourself, and he's taken the time to do that, and you can see that he's done some different things. Like, obviously he's gone through the route of covers on YouTube, which I think everyone does at some point, especially when I was 16 years old. I was doing covers on YouTube, and like the other things, like trying to branch out, like getting to Britannia High in his case, or if you're like me, where like you get selected to go on audition X Factor and you think that's the big thing. But again, like, you're not always ready at that age, so but you're just like, you're pushing the boat out, you're experimenting, and you've got to do that. You've got to try things, because that's what helps you figure out what you want to do being a music artist, and what really influences you to create music.
I first started using the loop pedal probably about 4 years ago when I saw a guy called Gary Dunn open up for his Loppy at Shepherd's Bush. This guy was just doing guitar, vocals, doing the percussion on the guitar, like really taking it to the next level. So yeah, that's when I first started doing it.
See, that's what's really interesting, and that's what I mean as well. Like, he didn't just pick the loop pedal because he thought, oh, that could be a gimmick, no one else is doing that. He did it because he saw someone doing it, and he was inspired to try it for himself. And that's what I mean. Like, again, like, you want to find your niche, but you don't just want to do a niche just because, oh, no one else is doing that. You want to enjoy it at the same time, otherwise you get no passion in it. And then if you have no passion for it, then you struggle to stay motivated.
You give me life and a loss of oxygen.
And there it is, the Lil Martin.
You treat me like I was in
Wonder how
love
many of them he's got
again.
now.
And I'd hold you tight,
Boss.
tight enough to know
RC 200? Might be making numbers at this point.
that you are mine.
That's
I'd never let you
very
go.
good, solid loop pedal, which has stood the test of time.
And it's you I miss.
This loop pedal's a lot more advanced now.
And it's you I miss.
This
Looking back
definitely
at it at the
qualifies as
time,
my weirdest.
that's just such a cool setup that he had. Like, you can tell he made it. Like, no one else had done that, again, as I say, for the niche thing. But like, he just got so, I think he got so fortunate that his influences lined up with a gap in the market. And like, it's just such a cool setup having the microphones. And I went to go watch him at Wembley the other week in his Equals tour, and again, he had a full band for the first time, which I thought was really cool. But I don't think there's nothing quite like when he does the loop stuff, because it's a whole different art form to just performing with guitar and vocal. Like, you're creating a production on stage, and as a music producer, I love the thought of that. But yeah, guys, that was my reaction to younger Ed. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you also took away a few things about this. If you're someone who's aspiring to be a music artist, just maybe take this on board. If you never think that you're good enough, or if you feel like there's room for improvement, just look at Ed's backstory, because it is the perfect source of inspiration. If you're trying to find your niche or find your influences, or just trying to find your way as an artist to create a sound, I highly recommend that. It's worth also reading any sort of biography you can get on, or just do a little bit of research into the backstory of Ed Sheeran, because it's a really inspiring one, and I feel like it will just help you develop as an artist. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to leave it there. Hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy the video. Other than that, keep making music, and I will see you in the next video.